Howdy, it's Uncle Paul. Yes, it's really me. And I am headed into the clinic for a follow-up appointment on my heart monitor. There's the Magnolia Press, the coffee shop, and the Silos in downtown Waco. Many of you are familiar with Chip and Joanna Gaines of the Fixer Upper television show. I hadn't been down here since they redid this area, so after my doctor's appointment, I had some business in Waco and thought I'd come take a look. It was a rainy day, but there were still cars parked up and down all the different side streets. And then on my way home, there's a Buc-ee's in Temple, and so I didn't need anything, but I still used the world famous restrooms in Buc-ee's. Well, life has just gotten a little bit more interesting. Let me tell you about my follow-up appointment concerning the heart monitor that I had to wear. For those of you who are new subscribers, 2 months or so back, I had to wear a heart monitor for 2 weeks. So just got the results back earlier this week. And it's what I expected. I have atrial fibrillation, or AFib. And, what that basically is, if you don't know, it's where the upper chamber of the heart will beat faster than the lower chamber. And so they're not synchronized. And one of the bad things about that is that blood doesn't flow through it in the right way, in an effective way. And so one bad thing is blood clots could form in your heart. So now the kind of AFib that I have, it is, I don't remember the term the doctor used, but it's not a constant. It's not happening constantly. It's sporadic, so that's one positive thing. But there's a lot of stuff I don't know, and there's a lot of questions I still have, obviously. I need to educate myself, do my own research, and about all kinds of things. There's a lot of questions I have from my doctors I haven't asked yet. So I'm just going along with, some of the initial things that they're saying that we need to do. And so I'll address a number of things in time as I learn them. On the best way to go about all this, because there might be some future medications or surgeries or a combination of both that are going to help with the AFib in general. But one of the things they want to do, because of the possibility of blood clots in the heart, they want me to go on a blood thinner, quote unquote blood thinner, and an anticoagulant medication. So I started that yesterday. I saw that doctor yesterday. Another thing, of course, is taking as much stress off of my heart as possible. They wanted to address that. One is by continuing to lose weight, because morbid obesity in particular adds a lot of stress to the heart. Continue to do that. And then I'm also, I also have sleep apnea. And now I have a machine that fits on the nose, and I've had it for like 10 years approximately. But I've never been tested again or checked out the machine. So they want to do another sleep study and make sure that that's working the way it should, to be able to take that stress off of my heart as well. So those are some of the immediate things that we're addressing. But I asked about backpacking and the stairs and the exercise. They said, keep doing that. It's good for you. You need to do that kind of thing. But of course, I asked them about the medication, blood thinners, and how it would affect me on long backpacking trips, the dangers, and they didn't want to discourage me from taking such trips, but they said, any kind of backpacking trip you go on, it is you take risks. So this just increases the risk, and you have to weigh the risks that you want to take, and you have to be particularly careful, and they suggested that it would still take, a fairly significant injury, whether it's, from a fall, an internal bleeding, and or a cut or something like that for it to really threaten your life. However, that's definitely a possibility. So, and they would work with me on some things about that. So, like I said, all this is real new, and I could go on and ramble about speculating on a number of things. I'm not going to do that. But I do know that this is just, another one of those things that reminds me that, we're not promised tomorrow, and, I want to live life to the fullest and make the most of every single day. And that's what I intend to do. So I'm not making any decisions right now, of course, on future backpacking trips, saying, well, I can't ever do that again. That's not going to be the case. I just got to live with it and experience it and learn more and more about it as time goes on here. So anyway, that's the update. It is Saturday early afternoon, and I'm on my way over here to do some stairs. But about this medication, this anticoagulation medication, you have to consider your diet, what you eat on a daily basis. And so I want to talk a little bit about that, not in any great detail, but I want to talk about a little bit of a negative thing, a confession, and then also something positive about the way I'm going to have to eat. First, for the confession, I think it was Thursday morning that I had the appointment with the anticoagulation doctor. And I was going to start taking my medication that evening. Now, you have to eat not necessarily a particular diet, but there's foods that you need to leave out or eat less of, or you have to be consistent with the foods that you eat and how much you eat. And so for one thing, I misunderstood a little bit of that. And so my mindset when I left that appointment Thursday morning was, okay, it's going to be a pretty drastic change, what I'm about to have to do as far as eating. There's not a whole lot of flexibility. That bothered me a little bit, but because you can mess things up. If you get, off your diet just a little bit, even if it's not bad stuff, it still could mess you up. So that was on my mind. So when I left there Thursday morning, I thought, you know what? I'm gonna pig out. I'm gonna get stuff that I'm not supposed to eat, and I'm gonna eat more of it than I should. And then I'll start on that medication tonight, So that's the confession. I had been doing really well, actually, on the diet and losing some weight this week. And actually, I have done well since then. But anyway, that was just something I shouldn't have done, but I did it. There you go. For the positive, I'll mention that here after I do my stairs. Okay, so the positive thing about the way I have to eat while on this medication. Like I said, it has to be kind of the same things and, similar amounts, not necessarily a wide variety. I mean, you can eat really almost anything you want, but you have to be consistent with that. Or else it causes, hassle, it can cause some problems. So the positive thing is it's just one more incentive that I have, one more bit of big motivation that I have to eat right, eat how I'm supposed to, and I'm talking about eating. Because in the past, there's been many times that I'll eat more than I need to, even of the good things, the things that I'm, allowed on my food plan. I eat too much of it sometimes. That slows down my progress. Well, now, once you kind of get set into your the way you're going to eat and everything, you got to stick to it. So now I have that to help me control those urges, you know, because I don't want to go through the hassle of having to go in for more appointments, having to change medications, you know, the amounts and the testing, all that stuff, you know, so costs more money. So anyway, that's the positive way to look at being on these anticoagulants. Good Sunday morning, everybody. That there says Belton, Texas, founded in 1850. Okay, well, let's go get on the scale. Okay, let's see here. All right. Last week I weighed 342.2. This week I weighed 341.6, giving me a 0.6 loss of weight on the week, giving me a grand total since April 22nd of 96.8 pounds. So, looking back, this month, I've only lost a grand total of 0.2 pounds. But, you know, that's okay. I'm feeling good, and I'm still on track. I'm still on a good track here. You know, I'm feeling good about the weight loss this upcoming week, and about this diet, quote-unquote diet, that I'm now on, the way I have to eat. And, you know, I think I'm going to do very well. I think, you know, I've got my goal of reaching 300 pounds by the weekend of November 7th and 8th, as I've said, because there's a particular event that's coming up I haven't told you about yet. So I can make that, and I plan on getting down to that 300-pound goal. So, you know, life throws you curveballs, and, you know, sometimes you got to make adjustments, and that's where I am right now. You know, I could have gotten this news. I mean, I knew there's something obviously going on with my heart, but at least I've lost nearly 100 pounds now that this change has really come along, you know. So I feel, in one sense, I'm ahead of the game. So I think, you know, I've just got to continue to persist. What else am I going to do, you know? So I feel like I'm in a good place and headed in a better place. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Share these videos if you think they might help other people. And Lord willing, I will see you next Sunday.